compared to some of the women there, we were kind of smaller. So
the Waist-bead lady kind of came with a energy like sit down, be humble or something.
Like,
she's eating away at our vibe.
So, like, this don't feel very spiritual and cultural, and I'm not. Well, I got invited to a waist party and didn't want to go alone, so I joined TT along. Prior to that, I did not have any knowledge of waist beads. So yeah, I didn't know anyone had any waist beads, but I was like here for it. I was very interested in this waist bead. It sounded sexy. It sounded like, you know, now that I'm on trying to lose weight, like that would be cute. And the little research I read, it is used as kind of like a weight control tool.
I had some waist beads. I had some experience with waist beads because I had ordered some waist beads from a person online, but my waist beads were loose. So I literally had them just in my closet for 6 years. So Adrienne mentioned this Waist-bead party and I was excited. She made it seem like I was welcome to go, so then we went.
So go to the Waist-bead party. We get there. The Waist-bead lady was so big. Finally, the waist-bead lady gets here. I even helped her bring her stuff in, sign a paper. We're supposed to get a presentation. She had been
in traffic.
She was in traffic coming from Sacramento. So she was kind of like, you know, let's just get to it kind of thing. And she kind of was like, oh, well, everybody knows the waist beads are right. And some of the group was like, yeah. And kind of had experience with her. And it was like a few of us who were like,
I didn't want to jump in with the no,
because everyone seemed in the consensus to like, let's just keep it moving.
Yeah.
So I wanted this whole presentation of what the waist bead stand for. It's this African tradition and blah, 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 DDD. So we didn't get on the beads, certain colors mean this and blah, blah, blah. We didn't get none of that. So we signed up on a sheet, just I thought was for being there. And later we found out it was the order you were going to get beaded in. It's bead selection time, right?
The beads were a little bit more expensive than we had anticipated,
right,
but that was still okay. So we were looking at the chart to see what the colors represented, pick the beads we wanted, and then we were kind of just waiting for our turn because she was going from the top of her sign-in list to the bottom. We weren't in a rush.
But so while we're waiting, someone at the party overhears it's like, oh, what are you gonna get? You know, consulting each other. She was like, you know, you guys could share beads, right? We were like, share? What do you mean? How does that work?
With a long coil of beads, and depending on how big your waist is whether you'll get, you know, 2 strands, 3 strands,
or 4. Right. Get a pack. She could get 2, and you could get 2. Like she was like, y'all kind of smaller. Compared to some of the women there, we were kind of smaller. So that'll save y'all money if y'all tripping up these prices, because it is kind of like, what? So we were like, oh, all right, you want to share? Let's share. I was like, all right. So as we're consulting about that, waist-bead lady chimes in and was like, I'm telling you right now, y'all can't share. And we're like,
y'all too similar in size.
But she implied like, y'all bitches beyond thick, ain't no sharing. Like,
so that's like the first, like maybe pin in our balloon.
Where we was like,
okay. Yeah. The waist-bead lady kind of came with a energy like sit down, be humble or something.
Like, you know, y'all think I'm smaller than y'all is or something. And furthermore, but I was like, I'm a 16. And she
was like, I'm a 16. Well, now I'm a 16 too.
And I looked at Tiana like, I maybe I'm seeing something, but this bitch was clearly 22. Okay, so now you're trying to act like you the same size as me, and that's why I can't share a waist bead with my own waist. My waist is clearly smaller than yours. Now I know you're delusional, because you ain't the same size as me, and I'm looking at Tiana like, you heard that right, she wrong, right? Okay, that's also right. So that's strike 2. You all have been busting our bubble saying we can't share when we can share if we want to. Then they're basically calling us fat.
Yeah.
And then
are we 16? We like brass plum 16, if that's what she's saying, and she's like women's wear. And she's women's wear 16. Them a different 16.
Yeah.
If we both 16, we different 16, you know.
Yes.
And bitch, I'm a 14.
She's a 14. Right. Maybe you're 15.
I'm a 15.
I'm a straight up 16. I fit every 16 They're not too big, they're not too small. So for her to act like she's a 16 too, bitch, you're squeezing the life out of your 16 then.
Yeah,
and you're wearing a muumuu.
She's
so,
eating away at our body.
Right.
So,
like,
yeah.
this don't feel very spiritual and cultural, and I'm not feeling like I'm gaining no knowledge, and you just,
And then
she,
before she brought out the Sage energy, also, you know, had brought my waist beads from that I had ordered and have had sitting around for 16 years. And so first she telling us, no, ain't no sharing, y'all 16 like I'm 16. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, I have some waist beads that I brought with me. I have several packs of hers picked out, like I'm obviously going to buy. I think I bought more than anyone else at the party. You know what I mean? Period. But anyway, so I had I said, oh, I have some waist beads. Do you think you could put them on for me? And she was like, no.
No, you were like, oh, well, I have these. Would it, like, could you put these on for me? No, I just only put, I don't know where them beads been. I don't know kind of energy. I just do mine. And so Tiana was like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know.
That's why I asked. I didn't presume. I asked because I know that it could be a yes or a no. That's why I'm asking.
Right. So then she went to say, well, Tiana went to ask her, well, can I just tie it on myself? Is that
I think I said, well, can I just watch while you do hers so I know how to knot it or how to tie it? And then she was just
basically like,
yeah, she made an exasperated face and turned around, and I believe started another conversation with someone else. Like, that question was just too ridiculous to even address, to even acknowledge.
Tying a knot. Like, it's literally tying 1,000 knots in a row. The same knot. Like, it's not a Boy Scouts knot.
And like, this is she has patented her tying procedures and methods, and will not be disclosing her securing methods to the general public to use on their witchy beads that they got from
whatever fake 16 is.
Yeah, so then after that is when she tried to reroute with some Sage energy a little bit later down, and I was already like,
you said suspicious like, oh man, don't nobody want to deal with that type of Sage. Yeah, not even me.
At that point, I'm just waiting for our turn so I can like get gone. Now, mind you, I'm one for order. Yes, so I would like to know. It's like I didn't have a competitive vibe about signing up on the list, but there was a list and we signed up, and that's who she started with. And me and Adrienne are about maybe 5 down on the list.
7 or 5 and 6.
But while we were there, someone else who she had got beaded with before, so they seemed to have a little rapport. She said, "Oh my God, I didn't even know there was a sign up list. I've been here." Well, we've all been here. We were all here.
But wait,
the Waistbead lady was the last lady. You wasn't. I mean, okay, I've been here. I didn't sign up. And so the Waistbead lady said, oh, okay, I'll do you. Like,
fuck the list. We've been waiting.
We all been here, and we've all in random order, not necessarily on who arrived. Just get on the list. The list is still here.
And no one
the list is sitting right here. Like, sign it, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Why you need to get special treatment and just pop in somewhere on the list, somewhere being before us who were being attentive and signed the fucking list.
And no one even told us that said list was the order. I thought it was just the participants, please, so the host knew who came. No one said it was the order of the list,
but it was clear once she started working from the top, and I was happy that we were in a decent spot. But I didn't appreciate her just putting the homie in on the list. She's pressing buttons, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying to nobody. Then
so then we get beaded. Okay, so now is the beading part.
I went first.
You went
first.
I cut you. She goes first. Now, also to add to the story, there was no internet connection in the home we were in, so we had to go. I mean, not internet. It was no reception, I should say. That reception, so we would have to go outside to do any phone business, which will come into play later. So we're getting beaded. TT goes first. She's measuring the long strand, cutting according to your waist measurement, tying it in a knot till it's sufficient, moving on until there's nothing left or enough left to possibly make an anklet or whatever you want to do with it. So TT went successfully.
Okay.
Right? There was no, and then I went, and then this is when I had my redemption, because as she's tying mine on, telling me one I'm only going to get 3 out of, I got 4 out of it. And she was like, oh, I guess your waist is a little I guess you do have a waist, yeah, or something to that effect. Like, yes, because I'm actually a 16, unlike you. That's why I got the 4 out of it. Down, like, bitch, I got a waist. I'm sorry, I'm 16, but I got a waist. Oh, I guess you do. Oh, you do. I guess you are gonna get it for. I guess you do have a waist. So we got our waist beads, and we left after that.
Well, no, then she was kind of a little nitpicky about the payment method.
Oh,
do you got Cash App? Do you got Cash App? I'm like, no, I don't got no Cash App. I got PayPal. I got some other shit, but okay, well, I have PayPal. I got PayPal. Yeah, PayPal me. So then
we have to go outside because I had to download the Cash App. I had to get this Cash App in order to pay. Well, in the midst of this, was having little financial technical difficulties, and so TT had to pay for me. Now, mind you, per transaction, she was charging like a $3 fee per transaction, even though it's through Cash App or PayPal, which is cash, right? So TT ends up paying for both of our transactions. Do you know this bitch charged her $6 for the transaction fee when it was one transaction because she knew it was for the both of us? She knew something that went wrong, and now TT was paying for my shit, and she was only supposed to charge us $3. And see, us being who we was not trying to cause a scene or leave a bad taste in anyone's mouth. This was at someone's house, but I didn't need no bad behavior being reported back to someone in particular. So I was trying to be on my best behavior, but isn't that ridiculous?
And how much should I spend? Like 100 between us both, 160, 180? Or,
yeah.
I mean, you don't got to be going so hard on your little, you get probably a little 3% fee for using the PayPal, or I don't know, 1% or whatever. So I'm sure she's trying to offset that so she gets,
right.
If she's due 160, she wants to get her 160 and not get 157.
Right.
So she's trying to offset that on the front end. And I get that, but like, yeah, she just had a lot of different vibes, and they were all trash.
I was thinking I was coming to get this enlightening cultural sisterhood.
Started talking about something about sisterhood.
But it was like too little too late.
This is us. This is for our culture. This is something that we passed down from our generations and ancestors. And if you're gonna go there, speaking on behalf of the ancestral plane, like you need to have your current aura intact, you know what I'm saying, and not with the hot garbage, you know what I mean? No, it seemed like her general attitude.
Oh, just ignore. Well, yes, yes,
because we got confirmation that that's how she rolls.
This is how she is.
So next.
So we left as soon as we got to be. We left feeling like fuck this bitch, but we like the waist bead,
and we shall get more.
So we did just that. I went on the internet and found someone local in Berkeley. Woo! So Ayodele, shout out to Ayodele. Did she ever call you back about your Waistbead by Ayodele?
Her and she hasn't texted me back.
Okay.
Separation.
So
how do we find her? Instagram?
Facebook? I found her on Facebook.
Okay, one of the two. And one of the two. Yeah, local in Berkeley.
Local in Berkeley. So she was gonna do a pop-up at a festival or fair.
Oh yeah, we were gonna go.
We didn't end up going, but my coworker went. So when she came, and I had already told her about the Waist-bead Party experience. So I was like, well, I found somebody new, and she gonna be here. And she was like, oh, well, maybe I'll go to the festival and see. So that Monday, she reported back that she had a wonderful experience and that she was just the sweetest little lady, and she was just so nice, and everyone was coming at her with all these questions from different angles, the same questions over and over, and she was just the sweetest to the first person as to the 1,000th person. She was just like, I feel like I had a full experience, or this and that. I was like, sounds like the complete opposite of what we had and what we were looking for. So now I got confirmation, a stamp. Ayodele is the bomb. So we go to Berkeley, to her shop.
Like little artist studios where the artists have like a little one-room studio. So it was very cool, very handmade by her, perfect for that type of thing. So we went in there, someone was in there getting beaded. That person had good energy, was like, oh, come in. So we sat while another lady was getting beaded, and she was just having good energy, good exchanges. Then we got beaded. she was talking to us about, we just connected with her about a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
she was
vegan,
on a vegan journey.
Yeah, she just celebrated a year vegan, which I'm veganish. We can talk about that later. Oh, that was okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so we were talking about veganism. We were talking about, what were we talking about?
Other stuff.
About our kids a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
they were just making a lot of small talk, but about like a lot of.
Oh, and then we started telling her we have some waist beads we just recently got. We really liked them. But we have some questions because the person who did these previous waist beads was a little bit not very approachable and not disseminating a lot of information and stuff like that. And so we were kind of describing our experience, our like odd experience with this Waist-bead party, and she knew.
Like, you're talking about whoop-de-whoop, and we were like,
oh my God, like, you know this motherfucker.
So you know a bitch is a bitch when you can describe somebody negatively, and they're just all, like,
I mean, the Waist-bead community is small, I'm sure, but she's like,
we never said her name. We just said a Waist-bead party. We came to you. My coworker went to you prior. She was like, oh, I remember her. So for her to just, you talking about,
pull that one
and
name.
we was like, yeah, I mean, it was a moment
and
because
kind of just laughed,
we were validated and feeling like we read it right and we weren't wrong. And it wasn't, like you said, a bad day and traffic. She just, she's a sage that needs to get her spirit right because we have a dark side and she needs to come up out that dark side. But Iodeli is the bomb.
So she did our beads. She did some beads there. She was explaining to us what tools she was using, telling us about, you know, her practice, showing us her selection.
She had better color charts with better meanings, more in-depth meanings.
So we had a great experience. It felt like a place where, like, oh, you just want to come back. You know what I mean? And that's what you want if you're a merchant selling a handmade good. You want people to come back because they like your product. But you're going above and beyond when they just want to come back and support your business and support your energy because, you know, it's good. You know what I mean? Like, she was just a nice person. She just had the vibes. The vibes were there. Like, I want to come pick up these vibes. Oh, she was too?
Yes, girl.
Oh, okay. She was good one time.
We are good, but when we're in our sunken place, like the first Waist-bead lady, that's the outcome you get.
So then I even placed some custom orders with her. So, and she was like, you know, if there's something, you know, very specific you want, very specific beads, something more ornate, you know, just let me know and I'll put it together. So I did let her know. However, I haven't heard back from her in approximately 1 month, and I did reach out to her via text. But she's in Atlanta now. If I'm following
Georgia.
her.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
So and I've been busy too. And, but I'm gonna go back regardless.
And so that's where we'll be taking you.
Yeah.
When you come to get beaded by Iodeli.
So we had just polar opposite experiences.
But the waist beads remain the same.
Also, what we forgot to add in that, since the first lady would not apply my beads, when we got back from that party, I just had 2 strands. So I said, you can have one of my strands and maybe I could put them on you and you could put them on me. And so we just YouTubed how to do it. We knew it wasn't rocket science, but I just knew the lady was going to do it for me. I thought she might even say, you don't have to pay extra $5 tonight. You know what I'm saying? I was going to be like, all right, okay. You know what I mean? But she just hit me with the book. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I wasn't prepared for that. So we just YouTubed our shit and then we made our own sisterhood and tied ours on each other.
The other thing I would like to add about the tying is when we YouTubed it, they said to burn, like where you tie it at to kind of seal it, and the little frillies start sticking out. And so the first waist beater did not burn it, but Iodeli burns the ones that she put on us. And we were burning before we saw Iodeli. So then that confirmed for us that we did it very correctly by doing the burning all on our own.
And there's a lot of cute waist beads on Etsy too, and you can buy
order
them
some,
and
like
do your own sisterhood.
Right. We could each tie one on you. We have the same one. All three of us will have the same one.
But anyway, that's our story. That's all of it, right?
I think so.